Good evening, everyone. Welcome to True Crime with the Bad Girl, the Playa and Dangerous Dave. I am Benny Scala, a.k.a. the Playa, a.k.a. Benny the Jet. And with me, as always, is the heel with appeal, the one and only Boston Bad Girl, Brittany Brown. Brittany, how are you this fine evening?
Excellent, because it was 65 today.
All right. Nice.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. And, of course, our great friend, he's got the pickle and he's got the feet. He just needs Ari to make it complete. Dave, what's the countdown there?
Couple weeks. Weeks.
What's the date?
March
29th.
29th. Yep. Couple more weeks and we'll be in Rhode Island to see the Girls Gone Bible. I'm very happy to be back this week. Been on hiatus for a few weeks. We got a great show tonight, great podcast tonight. A very unsolvable podcast, which I'd like to get everybody's opinion out there tonight. And as usual, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, speaking of that, let's get right to it here. This may be no. One more time. I almost forgot the commercials. Let's do those first. I was waiting for you, Brittany, but I beat you to it this time. Here we go. True Crime with the Bad Girl, the Playa, and the True Crime with the Bad Girl, the Playa, and the Stars is brought to you by the Burbrower Law Firm. Folks, if you've been injured in a car accident, please reach out to our good friend Adam Burbrower at the Burbrower Law Firm. Adam and his crew do things the right way with great results. Not only is Adam a great attorney, but the dude has framed pictures of Ernie the Cat Lad, the unpredictable Johnny Rods, and our very own Boston Bad Girl in his office. How cool is that? If you see Adam at the community pool trying to nail that elusive triple Lindy, you'll notice superstar Billy Graham tattooed on his back and Bret the Hitman Hart tattooed on his chest. This guy is not only the man of the hour, the man with the legal power, too sweet to be sour. He is also the excellence of elocution. Besides being a great guy, Adam is a true crime aficionado and an avid WWF historian. Who else can get you a great settlement while breaking down Mario Mancini's greatest matches? Well, that one's a quickie. Check out Adam at burbrowerlaw.com and follow him on Facebook. And don't forget to tell him that the Bad Girl, the Playa, and the Stars sent you. And last but not least, True Crime with the Bad Girl, the Playa, and the Stars is brought to you by Uncle Dave's Sausage. Are you hungry? Hungry for something thick, juicy? What happened? Here we go. One more. True Crime with the Bad Girl, the Playa, and the Stars is brought to you by Uncle Dave's Sausage. Are you hungry? Hungry for something thick, juicy, and just a little bit naughty? Introducing Uncle Dave's Sausage, the only meat that knows exactly how to fill your buns. Whether you like it spicy, smoky, or just plain stuffed to the brim, Uncle Dave's got the girth, the girth of flavor you crave. Morning, evening, a quick nibble at 3 a.m. No shame, baby. Uncle Dave's Sausage is served 24/7 at the carnival, where the rides aren't the only things that go up and down. You might have been into fitness, but once you've had the Uncle Dave's experience, the only thing on your mind will be fitting this sausage in your mouth. Slide it between two warm buns, slather it in mayo, or give it a good squirt of mustard if you're feeling frisky. Don't be shy. You know you want it. Everyone's lining up to take a bite. Even Grandma said it was the best thing to ever slap her in the mouth, because nothing slaps you in the mouth quite as hard as Uncle Dave's Sausage. So, folks, in the heat of the night or the light of the day, when your cravings for meat just won't go away, don't settle for Slim or some flimsy old link. Get Uncle Dave's Sausage. It's thicker than you think. Available now only at the carnival. Bring a friend or two. Uncle Dave's Sausage, the sausage you can't say no to. Would you guys mind? I have a peeing story. I've held it in for 2 weeks. Not really. The story I have. I don't think I could hold it in for 2 hours. You mind if I tell the story?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, because we talked about older men and peeing and making sure you hit the target and everything like that. So a couple of weeks ago, I was at my job and had to use the bathroom, and unfortunately, the owner of the company forgot to pay the power bill, just for a day, but enough where they there was no lights. So, but I had to go in the bathroom. Now I'm one of these people that like I have to. I don't care if like there's no houses within 100 miles of me. I have to close the bathroom door and lock it. So here I am in a locked bathroom, right? And I hit the target, but then the problem is the lock in the bathroom door was jammed. So here I am in the dark and I had left, by the way, left my cell phone on my desk.
Oh,
so now I'm locked in the bathroom with no phone in the pitch black. And I was stuck there. Like 5 minutes can be very long when you're panicking. And I thought, let me try it one more time. Otherwise, when I have to try to break it down, if I could have broken it down, but I finally got it undone.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that
was
must
scary.
seem like a half hour or more.
Yeah. It did.
Not,
I just, the minute I turned it, it's like, what's happening here? And
you're not smoking the wacky tobacco, right?
No, I don't do that kind of stuff.
Okay.
No. My red wine is my indulgence. That's pretty much it.
All right.
But yeah, no, that was I was so proud of myself too that I hit the target. But it just it was like Wide World of Sports, went from the thrill of victory to the agony of defeat when I couldn't open the door.
Hey,
good one.
And it would have been so bad if because I could have called the owner. It's like, hey, get down here. I'm stuck in the bathroom, but the phone was on my desk.
Hey, at least you hit the target. I've been accused sometimes by family members of not hitting the target. So
yeah, well, that's what prompted this whole story.
Yeah.
So nice to know I still got it. All right. Well, this may be the hottest case out there. On February 1st, 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, mother of today's show co-host, Savannah Guthrie, was kidnapped from her home in Arizona after spending the evening with her family. Despite countless leads and several people being detained for questioning, Nancy remains missing and the case remains unsolved. The bad girl's going to give you a quick timeline, and then we can all chat about it. And when I say we, I mean everyone. Everyone in the live chat is part of the show too. Take it away, bad girl.
Absolutely. So Savannah Guthrie is an American broadcast journalist and attorney, best known as a co-anchor of NBC's morning program Today. Savannah was born December 27th, 1971 in Melbourne, Australia, raised in Arizona. She graduated from the University of Arizona and later Georgetown University Law Center. Savannah worked as a lawyer before transitioning into journalism. She joined NBC News in 2007 and became co-anchor of Today in 2012. Guthrie is known for moderating presidential forums and covering major national events. Her mother, Nancy Guthrie, lived in Arizona and maintained a close relationship with her family. Savannah stepped away from some professional commitments in 2026 to assist in the search for her missing mother. Now, the timeline of this kidnapping, Nancy Ellen Long, later Nancy Guthrie, is born in Fort Wright, Kentucky. She later becomes the mother of 3 children, including Savannah Guthrie. January 31st, 2026 is the last confirmed sighting of her. Nancy Guthrie, aged 84, spends the evening with family in Tucson, Arizona. At about 9:50 p.m., she is dropped off at her home in the Catalina foothills area near Tucson. This is the last confirmed sighting of her alive. Early morning, February 1st, 2026, investigators later determined several suspicious events occurred overnight. A masked individual appears on Nancy's doorbell camera and appears to tamper with it. The suspect is seen wearing gloves and carrying a backpack. Nancy's pacemaker monitoring app disconnects, suggesting a disruption or possible struggle. Authorities believe Nancy was abducted from her home during the night. In the morning of February 1st, 2026, Nancy fails to attend a scheduled live stream church service, which is very unusual for her. A church member alerts the family. Family members go to the house and discover she is missing. Around noon, the family contacts authorities and files a missing person report. February 2nd, the Pima, I'm guessing that's how you say
I
it.
think that's how you say it.
Sheriff's Department, that's cute, Pima, announces the investigation. Evidence indicates Nancy did not leave voluntarily. February 3rd to 5th, 2026, investigators discover key evidence. Blood is found on Nancy's front porch and later confirmed through testing to belong to her. Authorities begin treating the case as a kidnapping rather than a missing persons case. Early February 2026, ransom communications. Media outlets reportedly receive ransom messages demanding payment for Nancy's return. Some reports suggest cryptocurrency payments were requested. Authorities caution that not all ransom messages may be legitimate. 2 ransom deadlines reportedly pass without resolution. February 10th, surveillance video released. The FBI and local authorities released doorbell camera footage of a masked individual at Nancy's home. The footage shows the suspect tampering with the camera shortly before the disappearance. The release generates thousands of public tips. February 10th to 13th, persons of interest. Investigators detain multiple individuals for questioning. A man stopped during a traffic stop is briefly detained and later released. Another home near the area is searched. No arrests are made, and those detained are cleared. Now, mid-February comes and investigation developments, and authorities reveal the kidnapper may have specifically targeted Nancy Guthrie. Investigators discover suspicious online searches about Nancy's home and Savannah Guthrie's salary months earlier. Late February 2026, search efforts continue with assistance from the FBI. Authorities analyze digital evidence, tips, and possible ransom communications. The Guthrie family makes public appeals for information. March 2026, evidence analysis. Gloves found near the scene initially appear promising. DNA testing later determines the gloves belong to a nearby restaurant worker and are unrelated to the case. Investigators continue testing other evidence. And the current status as of March 2026 is Nancy Guthrie still remains missing. No suspects have been formally charged. Authorities continue to investigate leads with assistance from federal agencies, and a reward now of up to $1 million has been offered for information leading to her recovery. The key unanswered questions in this case: investigators continue to focus on several unresolved issues. Who was the masked individual captured on the doorbell cam? Was Nancy specifically targeted because of her connection to her daughter, Savannah Guthrie? Are the ransom messages legitimate or hoaxes? Did the suspect act alone, or was he with accomplices? What do you guys think?
Dave, you first, because I know you've been following this very, very closely.
Well, first of all, before I get into anything, the reward is $1.2 million for her recovery. And there's no way you're going to tell me that nobody recognizes this guy on the doorbell or girl. You don't know what she is, guy or girl. You're not going to tell me that this person who's in the video has a mother, a father, cousins, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, that nobody recognizes this person. So that leaves me for a $1.2 million reward, which leads me to believe nobody wants to turn him in or her in because they're scared, because it's a higher level. It's a higher level. And I believe a girl or the guy or girl who was in that video is now dead. I don't believe that I can't see them being alive, because if I was in this with him and this came out, and this dipshit had his face all over that camera, he's getting whacked before the FBI gets to him and he does a plea deal. He's getting whacked. So
Yeah.
that's the way it is. I don't even think he's alive anymore, to be honest with you.
You think it's more than one person or just a single person?
Oh, no, more than one person. I don't ever think it was a ransom. I think she was dead when they took her out of the house. Nothing makes sense of all this case. Starting from the beginning, starting on Saturday night when they made the mother take an Uber to the house. I can't follow that. And then they drove her, she's 84 with a cane. And they make her take a Uber 4 miles down the road. Then they bring her back at 9:30. Nothing about this case makes any sense to me. It never was a ransom. I think it was a targeted hit because of Savannah. I think that mother was dead when they took her out of the house. I think that in the backpack, that guy had a bunch of tarps they rolled her up in. I don't understand why that camera did not catch if they've got this guy on camera, then why doesn't that camera catch a car, unless they hasn't shown it to us, catch a car coming into the driveway with headlights coming in the driveway. And for all we know, when they dropped her off at night, somebody could have already been in the house.
Right.
And she went in through the garage, which I don't understand. They drove her home, so why wouldn't you just go into the front door? Why would you go through the garage?
That's right. Yeah, I heard that today. I didn't understand that.
Right. And why are you sending nothing about this? You're telling me the fucking FBI can't solve this case? You got this guy or girl on camera and a $1.2 million reward, and you can't solve this case? I just think, you're stopping all these. You've gotten affidavits to give to a judge to get a warrant to go in all these people's houses, take their phones, take their vehicles, question them, and then you let them all go. I think it's all a diversion. It's either two things to me, and you guys can give me your opinion, and people out there in podcast land, either the son-in-law was in on it, either they wanted to kidnap her, get a ransom, knowing that she'd be brought back, or this was a targeted hit on Savannah Guthrie alone, because they never asked for a ransom. They sent a couple emails to TMZ. I'm laughing because it's so
weird.
Amateur. It's so amateur. They sent, what the fuck does TMZ and Harvey Levin got to do with any of this, sending them anything?
Right.
So there was never a ransom asked for. They never showed whether
not verified. Correct. The ones that the ransom notes, none of them were verified to be authentic.
But they never did. They never did what the family wanted them to do. They never showed a picture of her, whether she was dead or alive. They just wanted her back for the ransom.
Right.
And they never. It just seems to me that it was a targeted hit. Either somebody very, very, very close was in on it, thought they'd take her, get the ransom from the family, and bring her back, or it was a targeted hit on Savannah Guthrie. They didn't want any ransom. They wanted to make her suffer.
Right. Yep. How about you, Brittany? What do you think?
Well, at first I had an idea that it was kind of an inside job, at the very beginning. I kind of leaned towards the son-in-law or associates of the son-in-law. And then the more this played out, because now we're week 6 this is? Or 5, something like that. Ridiculous. Yeah, and the more facts that I've found out and hearing about how strong Savannah Guthrie was against President Trump when she interviewed him, how mean she was to him, how forward she was, it kind of makes me think that it's not an inside job anymore. And I guess you can think what you will about that comment, but yeah, it seems like like Dave said, higher up, higher up.
All right. I'm going to give you my take on it. So I did hear that 98% of kidnappings are an inside job. Only 2%, one out of every 50 kidnappings is just a random kidnapping. So I really do believe that it was somebody on the inside. And the other reason why I say that is because, she lived in a very desolate neighborhood. It was very hard to get in and out of her house. And to compound that, she lived in something called, which I had never heard of before, a light sky community, which means that you're not even allowed to have outside lights. It just, the whole idea is like to preserve nature so you can see the stars. Like I said, I never heard of that before, but that was it. Her neighborhood was designated as a light sky community.
Wow.
Yeah, I really think that it was the son-in-law. I think what happened is that and he had an accomplice. I do believe that. I can't think of the guy's name. He's got another. They both look like rat bastards, but I think they played in a band together.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think what happened is because obviously there's those blood stains right by the front door. I think they meant to kidnap her and get ransom. I think it just went wrong, and maybe she just croaked on him in the process. Yeah, maybe she fought harder than they thought she was. I mean, she's an 84-year-old lady with health issues, and I think maybe the struggle was too much for them, and they freaked out and they snuffed her out, or it was too much for her, and maybe she just. So I think that so at that point, then what do? Now you have a dead person, you
Right.
got to get rid of them, and I mean, yeah, the reward is $1.2 million. But what good is here's your dead body. Where's my reward? Okay, you'll collect it after you serve the 44 years in jail,
Right.
because you can't capitalize on it because you're gonna incriminate yourself. But there was a couple of something called the United Cajun Navy, which I had never heard of before, and another group called Madres Buscadoras de Sonora. They're from Mexico, a bunch of like mothers, literally. And United Cajun Navy is widely noted, even though I never heard of them before, for looking for missing people, and they've found many, and they were sent away by the police. My thing is, I do think that they know who it is. I think they're just because they also did release the house back to the family, which I thought was kind of odd. I think they're just, they're compiling a case against, the brother-in-law and the rat bastard friend, and then they're going to drop the hammer.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
That's what I think.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, they were in the house for 3 nights. I mean, they went in there looking for blood because they were doing that luminol and taking pictures inside the sister and the son-in-law's house. And just remember, money. I mean, just look at all the cases we've done on here. Money changes everything, as Cindy Lauper was saying about
Absolutely.
people kill their infant son for money. Look what So I mean, I agree with you there, Benny, as one theory, and the other theory is, it's just as the world champion Brittany Brown said, because it happened 2 weeks just before she was supposed to go to the Olympics. She was supposed to go and be in the Olympics in Italy as a news person. It's just somebody somewhere. It's either what you said, Benny, and I agree with you there, the son-in-law, just nothing makes sense there, or it's something deeper, because when I saw President Trump on the plane saying, we've got I feel so bad for her. We've got all federal resources. Anything she needs, she's got the full support of the federal government. And he was so nice and polite, but I watched the town hall between him and Savannah Guthrie, and she was brutal. I don't know if anybody's ever watched it. Go back and watch it. I watched it live as it happened. And when he was saying that on Air Force One, I couldn't believe it, because you know him. If you, especially a woman, if you cross him, he's out to get you. And for him to say that kind of struck me weird. Especially with all this Epstein stuff going on. Maybe it's a diversion, but I don't know. I'm not saying it. So, I mean, I don't want to, federal agents to be knocking on my door, but it's just something doesn't seem right from the start, from Saturday night up until today. Something don't seem right.
That to me, that would be the only acceptable alternative, is that it was somebody that was so outraged by her comments on, her anti-Trump comments that, well, I probably can't get to her, but I can probably knock off the mother. So, which would make sense, because, like all the ransom notes were not verified. So if there's no money involved, what is the motivation? It's got to be just because of hate. It's a hate crime at that point.
Hate and hate, revenge crime.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
To get back at her.
And by somebody that doesn't need money.
Right. But they show I watched the show where somebody, and it was during the broad daylight, drove like whatever it was to her house. And that neighborhood, it is, I mean, you're driving through like winding roads, and it was, bumpy roads. It was somebody that they had to be very familiar with that area. And if it was the son-in-law, I'm going to say he probably, relatively young guy, right? In his 30s, probably like athletic enough to, although man, walking in Arizona with that heavy jacket on, you got to be, and that mask, you got to be sweating.
Yeah. Well, I also went through that neighborhood at night. I drove through that neighborhood with Court TV, and that place is like a big black, desolated fucking planet. Like you're in a car with your headlights on. You can barely see in front of you. You can barely see in front of where you're going. So what I'm saying is, why would an 84-year-old lady want to live in a big house like that by herself?
Right.
Where at night it's so dark and desolated. And then what family would allow their mother to live there? Well, I would allow my mother to. I'd move in with her. If I lived 4 miles down the road. 84
years old with health problems, Mom, you're living with us. Sell the damn house,
Absolutely. Or I'd sell my house and move in with her. That's a big house.
Or that, yeah. Too. I mean, but I just don't think some random person could have navigated like that area. And I mean, in the dark of night, unless they were very familiar with it. I mean, I think the son-in-law could have easily found the house, even if, if you parked the car a couple of miles away. I think, anybody else, I don't think they could have done it. So I don't know, unless, they had they really, really planned it for a long time and had maybe made some practice runs.
Right. I'll have to say this. Whoever did the pool did a great job, because you could see the bottom of that pool from a drone in the sky. Yeah. I could see me and Ari swimming in that pool together. Absolutely.
Maybe the pool cleaner, he should probably use that as part of his advertising. So right. Look at that damn pool. Look how clean it is.
So what? So the question is,
pool cleaning.
Yes. Why can't the FBI crack this case? Like, what's so hard to?
Well, my theory is there's one of two things. Number one, my theory is correct, and they're just getting the evidence together before they lower the boom on son-in-law. Was it Tommaso? Not Ciampa. Tommaso Ciani. Yeah, isn't Tommaso Ciampa from Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Supposedly a really nice guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is Tommaso Ciani, and I think they're really gonna. I mean, they're gonna give him the Polish hammer, or if your theory is right, then yeah, maybe they don't have. They're clueless, and it's already becoming a cold case.
Mm-hmm.
Or they want to be clueless because of it's too higher up. Listen, I don't believe anything. Anything the FBI is involved with after what they pulled off with the Department of Justice the last 10 years, they're so corrupt. I don't put nothing past the FBI. I mean, especially with, what happened with the town hall. Well, I mean, that was brutal. What she did to Trump was just brutal.
Maybe he did it.
Well, could be in the name of national security. I just don't see how. I don't see how nothing in this case makes any sense.
Right.
But I could see in 2026 where because I mean human life really doesn't have the value it had 50 years ago, where somebody could just it enraged them, like they listened to Guthrie, badmouth Trump, and it pissed them off so bad that they thought, well, I'll get even with her, and that's did it just for that reason alone, and I could see that as well.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
And,
but like Dave said, though, nothing makes sense from the beginning, from the Harvey Levin stuff, the nobody showing proof of life. There's no real ransom notes to the family. It's so odd. Everything.
Right. Well, and if it was just a pure hate crime, well, they didn't plan to, they did it just for the sake of doing it. They didn't do it for any financial profit. Where, using my theory, like I said, I think if it was the son-in-law, I think he had intentions of demanding ransom, but I think it went bad, and something happened. I mean, there was just that one. It's kind of odd, just that one splatter of blood by the front door, and nothing else. In the house.
No.
It wasn't like the OJ scene or anything like that.
You don't know what was in the house. They're not telling you, but it was more than one splatter of blood.
We were assuming that the FBI is going to play their cards close to the vest. They're going to tell people what they want them to know, not what they know.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So you don't really know what was inside the house, and it was more than one spatter of blood. It was numerous spatters of blood out, and there was spatters of blood out front of the house too. But I also find it weird, and I don't know if anybody out there in the true crime podcast land knows this, have seen this, because I showed this to you guys. Like the first time she was reading a letter with the family, Savannah Guthrie, she quoted from Silence of the Lambs, like a direct quote from Silence of the Lambs.
That's kind of odd.
Yep.
I sent it to you guys. You see that, Benny?
I think I remember you sending it. I forgot exactly what she said. It was kind of creepy though.
It was very creepy.
Yeah, there was. It's too bad you couldn't play it. So people out there, go back, go on Facebook and go ask and Google. Go on Google and Google Savannah Guthrie, Silence of the Lambs. Google that.
Yep.
She makes a direct comment.
Okay.
From what was said in that movie, in her ransom letter. Now, why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah,
that is very, very odd. So this is Jason lives in Arizona. I'm not sure what city he lives in Arizona. He said the reason for the light sky is that Kitt Peak Observatory is nearby. So I guess it would kind of, it helps them do their observation. I guess other outside lights would distract that.
That makes sense.
But I mean, I'm 84 years old. I got health issues. I'm a frail older woman. That would be the last place I'd want to live, in a desolate neighborhood with no lights.
Exactly. Makes no sense.
That part I don't understand. And shame on the family for allowing that to happen. It's like you're getting the hell out of it. Either they're moving in with her, or she's moving in with one of them.
Yep, I agree.
Jason says he doubts Trump had anything to do with it.
No, I do too.
I'm not saying he had anything. That's just a theory.
No, I don't. That was just a joke. No.
Yeah.
But it was,
That's
it was definitely I mean, if it was political, it was definitely a Trump supporter for sure.
Mm.
Well, I mean, let's just back up a bit here. I don't know if anybody's following the Epstein tapes and the Epstein photos and what's coming out. So it just seems like everything is a diversion. Am I saying the word right? A diversion in this case.
Yeah, that's perfect word.
Oh, we found the glove on the side of the road. Diversion. The sheriff from the beginning doesn't do anything and opens the house back up after one day. Oh, we stopped this kid, the first kid. We stopped him in his car. We got him out. We're going to his house. We're going through his house. We took the phones. Went into his house. Diversion.
Yep.
What happened to that?
Yep.
They've been going through the son-in-law's house numerous times. I mean, I'm just hoping if the son-in-law is involved, Benny, I hope the daughter is not involved. Do you think the daughter would be involved?
So my friend Cassie, who commented earlier, she thinks both the son-in-law and the daughter. Now, I'm going to say that the daughter was not involved. That's just my guess. But I think the son-in-law is actually acting with his bandmate, whatever. I can't remember the guy's name.
Well, you know what? After the Paul Canero case, I don't put nothing past. Even before cases before that, when it comes to money, I don't put nothing past anybody.
How sad is that?
Because you got to remember, you got to remember now, if the daughter's involved with the son-in-law, we don't know what their financial trouble is. We don't know if the mother would help them. But what I'm saying is, if they're involved, I'm sure they didn't go to try and get her out of the house thinking she would die. Well, I think they did it with the idea of we're going to bring her back.
Right.
But something went
right. It went wrong somehow.
Something went wrong.
I mean, the son-in-law, I believe, is a school teacher. I think a high school teacher, like a biology teacher, and I think the band is a side thing. But there's there's a lot of money in that family, and you're not making a lot of money as a high school biology teacher. Maybe or I mean, who knows? Maybe the sister is like, why are we living like this? My sister is a multimillionaire, and my mother has all this pool and blah blah blah. And what are we doing? Who knows? You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Well, let's play this game then. Let's go down this rabbit hole then. If the higher ups in the government had nothing to do with it, and the son-in-law had nothing to do with it, then what? Where are we?
Right.
Where are we?
Here's something here's Jason again. I'm now thinking she had her own mother kidnapped or killed. Now she's trying to make it look like someone else. Now that you mentioned her movie quotes from Silence of the Lambs, that's very interesting. Now that's something I haven't heard as a theory.
Can you put that back up there, Benny?
Yeah.
Can you put that? I don't think she had her own mother kidnapped or killed. Yeah, so
that's a very interesting theory, Jason.
Yeah, I don't think Savannah would, but maybe the sister would, and the brother. He didn't look all there either. I mean, the brother didn't really. I mean, he didn't pass the smell test sitting there during the.
Is it two girls and one boy? Right, you had 3 kids, Nancy.
Yeah,
right.
And the son's name is Cameron, I think. I believe that.
Yeah, he didn't look right either. But listen, after the Paul Canero killed his brother, shot him in the head, shot the wife, and knifed killed his niece and nephew, stabbed him to death because he wanted. His end result is, we covered this case on here. He wanted full control of all the money in the businesses.
Right.
When it comes to money, man, I don't put anything past anybody. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
To me, like, it's unthinkable, but we have devolved to the point where it happens. I mean, it happens. I mean, that's the perfect Canero. I mean, I could see, like, you get in a fight with your brother and you lose your temper and you off your brother, but then you kill his wife and then you kill your own niece and nephew. Like, what?
No.
I mean, that's just unthinkable. And then you burn their house down too.
Yeah, tried to burn the house. And that was all for money.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
That's
And you know you're not
awful.
gonna, you're not gonna get away with it. I mean, like, what are you thinking?
I know. Yeah, that was that was a slam dunk. But unfortunately, this one that we know of is not a slam dunk.
Right.
We have
I, so
different
why can't
theories.
why can't the FBI crack it, Brittany? Why can't I'm not following. Like nobody knows this fucking guy or girl that's on the camera. Nobody knows this for $1.2 million.
Yeah.
Nobody knows this person. Nobody.
Hard to believe.
Here goes. All right, Cassie. One of the theories from a true crime page: sister-in-law slash sister live in a $600,000 house on a teacher's salary. She may not have had intentions of her mother dying, but her reaction doesn't fit the situation. I haven't really seen much of the other sister. Have you guys?
I have.
No, I haven't.
Annie. I think her name is Annie.
Yes.
Annie, yes. She's kind of like kind of in the background, not saying too much. During the ransom, when they're talking, not too much. Didn't really say too much. The brother just sits there like he's all doped out or something.
Well, the son-in-law Tommaso has said absolutely nothing. I believe, in 6 weeks, nothing, and he was the last person to see her alive.
Yeah, that's strange.
Listen, if someone is accused, I know this can't be used in court. I get that. I understand that. But if someone is accusing me of something, you know what I'm going to fucking do? I'm taking a lie detector test. That's what I'm fucking doing. I'm going up to the police station and tell them, give me a fucking lie detector test right now. Even though they can't use it in court. They exonerate me. That's what they do. Exonerate me then.
Right.
And my wife, And that's what I'm doing. But maybe Benny's right. Maybe they're trying to build a case against them. I mean,
Very well could be.
Yeah, but I mean, how long is it going to take? Well, then again, I mean, supposedly the feds were building a case against Vince McMahon. That's been going on for like 2 or 3 years now. I don't think that's even happening anymore.
I don't either.
No, speaking of Vince McMahon, anybody out there? I've been reading this book, Gorilla Monsoon. Great read. It's called The Irresistible Force. Go out and buy it. I'm telling you, I've gone. It's a great. I've gone.
Yeah, Brian Solomon is an excellent writer. He's one of the best wrestling writers out there. And I will say, to me, Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan are my all-time favorite combo as far as wrestling commentators. They just had such a spark together, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that they were real life friends.
Yeah.
But they were. I mean, Monsoon was very, very witty. Heenan was a genius.
I haven't got to that part yet. I've gone through 105 pages. It's 500 pages. I've gone through. So, like, they're starting from the beginning, obviously. So I've gotten to the point where they have just brought Gorilla Monsoon. Gorilla Monsoon was very good friends with Killer Kowalski. Killer Kowalski took him under his wing when he started in Japan. So when they left Japan, Killer went to Vince Sr. and vouched for Gorilla to bring him in. And Vince McMahon Sr. did bring him in. So that's the point I'm up to. But previous to that, is everything about from, Buddy Rogers, Bruno, how Gorilla got into the business, how he was in high school, and so that's the part I haven't gotten to the part with Bobby Heenan yet. I'm sure Bobby Heenan's going to have a lot of, that'd be interesting in the book to read. But so far it's been an interesting read. I sent that picture to you guys of them guys buying Rolex watches in Japan.
You guys know the man better than anybody, Mr. Kowalski. Can you see him buying a Rolex? I thought he was very frugal.
I think back then I could see him. He was very involved in jewelry.
He was.
He actually used to sell jewelry. He used to make jewelry. I have
Really?
Yeah, he made me beautiful purple, of course, earrings and matching necklace. And the only time I ever wear it is at the IWF reunion.
Wow.
So he was very involved in that field back then. So I would not be surprised if he had a Rolex back then.
Yeah, I don't know if they were there for him. Let me see if I can find. I don't know if they were there for him or he brought Gorilla Monsoon there to buy his first Rolex.
I tell you what, though, man, that guy he dressed very classy. I mean, you talk about being professional.
I don't know if the people will be able to see this, but this is the picture of them in Japan. That's a young Gorilla Monsoon with Killer Kowalski. He brought, from what I understand, he brought Gorilla in there to buy his first Rolex watch. That's what they were doing in there in Japan. It's a great read. Go get it, people. There's some comments on it on here. Go get it. I'm through 105 pages. I can't wait to get to the Heenan part. But even the part they talk a lot about Willie Gilzenberg, Phil Zacko, what's his Mott's?
Toots.
They talk about him and how Senior got in there. So it leads up to it. So right now, that's what it's led up to.
You know, it's that's so great because, you know, our memories of wrestling, well, especially me from the late 60s, 70s. I'm so glad that people are trying to preserve that because, you know, I mean, Monsoon's gone. I mean, you know, Walter's gone. All these people, I mean, everybody that we talked about is gone. You know, the Vince Sr., is Zacko still alive? No. I don't think any of them are still alive.
And you know how he met his wife? I hate to give it away, but his wife was friends with Bobo Brazil's wife.
Now, who's friends?
So, Gorilla Monsoon's future wife.
Oh, Maureen.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Before she even met Gorilla, she was friends with Bobo Brazil's wife. And they were friends, something to do with the kids. And she became friends. So she just happened to go to the matches with her because they were friends. So she was going to the matches because Bobo was there. And that's how she met Gorilla Monsoon. Just by going to the matches, I'm assuming they probably were out back. You know, I'm assuming they're not sitting and seating. It's Bobo's wife. So I'm assuming they're out back. And that's how she met Gorilla Monsoon.
You know, it's so funny. Like, you know, Gorilla Monsoon, who for years, well, not for years, well, several years, probably didn't really speak on air. You had Bobby Davis as his manager, you know, built from Manchuria. Apparently Bobby Davis found him wading through a pond naked in Manchuria and somehow got him into the World Wrestling Federation. Now we know the real story. But, you know, here's a man who went to, I believe he went to Ithaca College, which is a very, very good school. Not quite Ivy League, but very close to Ivy League. Was a superb athlete, Mr. Robert Morella, right? And how about George Steele? The guy had, you know, master's degrees from Michigan State University, and he's a savage chewing on turnbuckles. Only in wrestling, right?
Right.
There he is as a collegiate wrestler right there.
Wow.
I heard part of his gimmick when he wrestled in Toronto was that he would actually sing in the ring.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, again, like, it's so sad. I mean, you can find a lot of clips from old baseball games, old football games. It's so hard to find old wrestling clips.
I know.
So much is lost.
That's him and his parents there. He graduated from college.
Okay.
That's him and his parents. Great read.
Died very young, too. I mean, what was 63, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, great read. Go out and buy the book, people. Great read.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like you, Dave. I do have Audible, and the only reason why I have Audible though is because it helps me go to sleep at night. I'll put a book on, or if I'm in taking going to a home show and I have like a long car ride, I'll put a book on in my car. But I love having a book in my hands. If I'm at home,
that's how I go to sleep.
Yeah, like that book.
I go to sleep at night. That's how I go to sleep. course, then things happen, and I wake up in the morning, and I got to do my fucking bedding. But that's a story for another day.
Well, hopefully the pages haven't stuck together though.
The
Yeah, where's Tori
So
when you
what-
need her?
Yeah. So when they introduced him to Vince Sr. said, "I want you to grow your beard out. I want you to grow your hair out." And Gorilla came around at the right time because they fired Buddy Rogers. Buddy Rogers was Bruno's main opponent then, but Buddy Rogers was missing dates. He missed a date. The final straw was he missed a date at Madison Square Garden. So that's when they took Gorilla and they put him in the ring with they put him on TV, with schmucks and put him over, and then they
Yeah, of course.
put him in the ring against Bruno, and then the rest is history. They had 6 matches together.
I will tell you that my very first babyface turn, I was watching wrestling on TV. Bruno, I forget who Bruno was teaming with. They were facing Tanaka and Mitsu Arakawa, and somehow the other guy got eliminated. And both Tanaka and Mitsu Arakawa are double teaming Bruno. And here comes Monsoon, and who was like the monster heel, right? And I think, oh my God, Bruno's, and back then it was very, very real to me. I think like Bruno's going to be destroyed, and here comes Monsoon to Bruno's aid. It was like, and I was shocked. I mean, literally shocked. Like, what is going on? I had never seen anybody turn before.
Wow.
Right.
But they were, yeah. And then,
I just want everybody out there in True Crime Podcast land to know I'm not just a pretty face. I have a mind too, and I like to read. And I like to absorb as much.
I love that hat. That's a great hat.
Thank you. I love to absorb as much as I can in my brain.
Well, you know what, Dave? We should always try to better ourselves. I'm 100% with you.
Yep.
Yeah. So whether it's wrestling or my woman's, I try to absorb what I can. I don't like to read about my girl before I go to bed, but that's a story for another day. But getting back to Nancy Guthrie, do you think they'll ever solve this case? Do you think they'll ever find her?
Well, you go.
I mean,
first.
they got a $1.2 million reward out. Nobody will rat on the video person. Because to be honest, I can't tell if it's a guy or a girl. I don't know if you guys can, but I can't really tell. The only thing I can tell is they're stupid. I mean, who goes and? I mean, you're not prepared for a ring camera. You're not prepared, and then you show your whole face, and then you go pick up flowers and try. I mean, the person was a total half-wit.
From
and I know this much. I know this much. If I did it with this person, and I saw this video released, that person's getting whacked before they get to him, and he
competence, right?
And he makes a plea deal. He's getting whacked.
From what I could see of his eyes, though, and I saw a picture of Tommaso, I could see it. I could, I mean, you could see the resemblance in the eyes anyway.
Yeah, but that Tommaso guy's big. You ever see a picture of him? He looks big. He looks like he's over 6 feet.
The other guy looked big, his accomplice, or who, I shouldn't say his accomplice, his band member, the man with no name. He looked a little bit bigger.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I did notice that.
Maybe
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to predict that by April 1st, Tommaso is going to be arrested.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I hope somebody is, and I hope she's alive. Because this poor woman.
Vinnie Politan was interviewing somebody, and she was the one that covered the Delphi murders, and she mentioned, he mentioned, he said, I hope it doesn't turn into the Delphi murders because we covered that one. It took 5 years to solve that case.
Right. Those
but
two girls.
I want to ask your opinion on one more thing. So, statistics: 600,000 people go missing every year, right? 600,000, which is an average of 50 a month. So we're into March. So let's just say January, February. So in the time that the time that Nancy Guthrie went missing, probably about 75,000 other people went missing. But nobody's talking about any of them.
Right.
Well, because it's the old saying, man. Money talks, bullshit walks. It's all about money.
I'm glad you said it. It's money, right?
It's all about money.
It
As Fred
absolutely is.
Blassie, as the late Freddie Blassie would say, MONEY, all capital letters.
Well, and Fred Flintstone actually said, "Your only friend is a buck, and the more bucks you have, the more friends you have." That was pretty good for Fred Flintstone. I mean,
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just it just confuses me why this case ain't solved for $1.2 million. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I think Benny's on to something. They're
yeah. That's my guess. Like I said, the odds are overwhelming that it was an inside job, just by statistics. And then when you lump in the fact that, I mean, this lady she lived in you saw, Dave, she lived in bumfuck Egypt, and plus it was a place that you couldn't. It wasn't lighted, so you had to really know that place like the back of your hand to be able to do something like that. And who did? The son-in-law did.
Yeah, we don't know the family dynamics. Maybe they've been asking her for help, and she says no. The mother, the son-in-law and daughter, maybe they've been asking her. They're behind on their bills. Maybe they're foreclosed. We don't know anything as far as what happened in the house, what they found in the house, who's on the life insurance policy.
Right.
Who's in her will? Right. Who's in her will?
Well, I mean, as far as life insurance stuff, because I don't think you would commit a murder. Maybe you would, with life insurance as the payoff, because how long is that going to take? And if it's a shady death, they're going to hold it up forever. So
this family got money. This family got money. They're not like regular people. They got money. And let's face it, and Betty's on to something here. When something like this happens, a wife murdered or a husband, anything, the first people you look at is the family, the husband, the wife, the family.
Well, and this United Cajun Navy, they've gone all over the country to look for people. And when the FBI is telling them, and this other Madres Buscadores, don't worry, we don't need you. To me, I think they know what they're doing. They're just not telling us, and they're just trying to wrap it up in a bow before they put this guy away. That's who knows.
Yeah. Interesting.
All I know is they did hit that house hard. They were in there 3 nights, and they took their vehicle. And I've seen pictures being taken in the dark, which means they put luminol down looking for blood. So they must know something, because why would they put luminol down? And they went back 3 times to that house, 3 times to that son-in-law's house and the daughter. And the last time they put luminol down, you could see him. All the lights were off. You could see him taking pictures because they were checking for blood.
Yeah, I don't think they would have released the house back to the family too, unless they knew. But the other question I wanted to ask you guys, I was not very impressed with that sheriff. Maybe it's just me. He just seemed like he was kind of bumbling,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, remind me of Barney Fife.
I was thinking the same thing.
You absolutely read my mind.
Yeah, not very. I don't know him, but he's been a sheriff for a long time. But he didn't seem very on. I think what happened was too overwhelming for him. I think it was too overwhelming for the local police. I don't think they were used to that. I don't think. I mean,
if it hasn't happened in the area, of course not. They're gonna,
Right.
I think he was just giving these press conferences every day, flying by the seat of his pants till the FBI came in. I don't think he knew what he was doing. He was overwhelmed. I think he's old. I mean, he's old, so he's, how much effort does he really have left before he retires? I just think he was overwhelmed. That's all.
Yeah,
overwhelmed.
I think my opinion is he probably couldn't wait till the FBI took over.
Right.
I bet.
Right.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, But I don't think she's alive. I think she was dead.
Oh,
when she
no,
was taken
no, no.
away.
No, absolutely not.
And I still don't understand why she and nobody really said anything about it, why she quoted Silence of the Lambs.
That is kind of
That's so
creepy.
weird.
Yeah, that is really creepy.
I don't know if she was signaling somebody or maybe I don't understand that.
Well, here's an Arizona resident saying Pima County. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
That's from somebody who lives there in that area. Yeah, it just didn't impress me. I got like no like I don't know if you guys have heard of Grady Judd, right? Down here, Polk County Sheriff.
Yes.
When that guy talks, I always feel confident. Like if he's looking for somebody, he's going to find him, and it's not going to be good for the guy. It's not going to end. This guy, he just was, it was like when Andy, not even Barney, when they would deputize Gomer or Goober. It was more like that, he didn't inspire any confidence in me.
You're right. I agree.
Right. Jim Neighbors had a number one single in 1969 called "I Found a Pickle in My Friend's Underwear." That was a big hit.
It
big hit
gold,
in 1969. Yeah.
Was that an LP or that was a single?
Just a single. Yeah, just a single, 1969. Yeah.
Okay. Did he have any? Was it a duo or just himself solo?
No, just himself. Just for you radio people.
We'll have to look that up. We'll have to play it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who should we dedicate it to? If we find it, Dave, who do we dedicate it to?
Dedicated to him.
To Jim Neighbors?
Jim Neighbors, yeah.
There you go. Jim Neighbors.
Or Rock Hudson, or Michael, or the guy, Reed, the Reed guy from the Brady Bunch.
Oh,
Robert Reed.
Robert Reed. Yeah, I was watching that over the weekend, the Brady Bunch, in the beginning of the show. I just shaking my head. He was gay the whole time, and no one ever knew it.
And the funny thing is, very first show where you had a man and a woman in bed together.
Yeah.
Wasn't real, yeah.
Right. Wow.
We'll see how this plays out. We'll see if they find
he couldn't cut the mustard there, and then what's his name? Johnny Bravo, Barry Williams had to step in, right, and do the job.
Yeah. He and Florence Henderson. He really, I guess they met in the middle of the night in the kitchen, and he threw her up on the table, and the rest.
Right. There was strudel involved, right?
Strudel, yeah.
Pie.
Strudel, bananas.
Yeah.
Maybe some Vlasic pickles.
A little banana cream.
Cool Whip.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for listening. We'll let you know who we're going to cover next week. You guys have any final comments?
I just pray she's found alive. I know every day that goes by, it dwindles and dwindles and dwindles, but oh my God, I just think the whole thing is awful, and I hope to God she's found alive. Amen. And I hope she's unharmed.
I mean, that would be a miracle if she was still alive, but I believe miracles happen.
Yep.
Yeah. I think she was dead when they took her out of the house, and I hope for the life of me it's not the son-in-law and the daughter. That would just be devastating.
I wouldn't mind so much if it was just the son-in-law. If it's the daughter too, I'd be horrified. But like you said, with that, what's his name? The one that killed his brother. I mean, nothing's off the table anymore.
No. Right. No.
Sad. Just for money. Money's,
Yeah.
Like my dad always said, it's only money, and I've always lived that way, and it's always done me right.
Yep.
Right. The root of all evil.
Words.
Yep. The love of money is the root of all evil. So, Brittany, Funland Radio, 1 to 5 every Saturday. Some great tunes.
Yes, and this weekend is an all 80s weekend.
Ooh, nice. I heard a Mrs. P dedication this past week.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
We didn't see Mrs. P today unless she's being quiet back there, but
Well, last week they were shopping, so it's possible that they've switched their shopping night. I don't know.
Oh, I hope not, because we like them.
I hope not too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm kind of devastated because my man crush is going to be in Connecticut Friday, and I can't go.
I played.
Why?
I played. Do you think I'm sexy for you on Sunday, Dave?
Oh,
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I try to play a Rod Stewart song every Sunday. I mean, there's so
He's
many
gonna
great
be-
ones to choose from. You never run out.
I
Right,
know.
he's going to be at the Mohegan Sun Arena Friday night, and I won't be able to make it.
How come?
Logistics.
That's
Well-
too bad.
So how old is Rod? Is he 80 or 81?
I want to say he just had a birthday. His birthday's in January. I want to say he just turned 80.
All right.
Wow.
I-
Boy, does he look good.
I listened to a podcast, and it was actually a wrestling podcast, but they were talking about Steely Dan. And Bob Smith, the host of the podcast, who was actually, he played on stage with B.B. King back in the day. And he was also, he wrote, or I think he was the editor for Pro Wrestling Illustrated in the late 70s. But anyway, what he said would really hit hard. Like, I really thought about it. He goes, people don't give a lot of these older artists credit that they can still perform like superbly, even in their 80s. I mean, Rod's perfect example. Ringo Starr will be 86 in July, and he's on tour with his all-star band. Tom Jones is 85, touring the world. I mean, Frankie Valli will be 92 in May.
Oh my goodness.
Now he's a little bit. He's kind of like he's got some gimmicks now, like he's doing the lip syncing. But I saw him 4 years ago, and it was him. He was great. He was actually.
Let's throw in Engelbert Humperdinck too. He's still touring.
That's right.
What? I'm crossing my fingers that Rod announces a show for the Xfinity Center here in Mansfield, Mass. this summer. So I'm crossing my fingers.
So he's still playing at the larger venues, though, right? He's like,
yeah.
He's still doing like the arenas.
Yep, arenas and sheds. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will tell you that next Saturday, I'm thinking of going to see it at Ruth Eckerd Hall, which is a smaller venue here. It's in Clearwater, about 2,000 or 3,000 seats. Gino Vanelli, and I would think that'd be a nice concert to go to.
Yeah, I just want to stop.
Yep.
Tell you what I feel about you, babe. Great.
Yeah, I think that'll be a very, very pleasant evening.
Yeah, he's a great singer. I love Gino Vanelli.
And I'm not going to pay. You're not going to pay an arm and a leg,
Right. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Where is he, Benny? Where is he going to be?
It's called Ruth Eckerd Hall. It's about 20 minutes from me in Clearwater.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, that's where I saw Frankie Valli. I saw Larry the Cable Guy there back in about 10, 15 years ago. It's a nice little venue. Oh. And then you have the Capitol Center or Capitol Theater in downtown Clearwater, even smaller venue. And I saw Gary Puckett there about 10 years ago. I love Gary Puckett. Very intimate setting, a little bit more expensive, but yeah. But again, Gary Puckett is 83, I want to say 84. Wow. Same thing. These guys, it's not like, it's not like you're a major league ball player. You got to retire at 40. You can keep going as long as somebody's paying to see you. I would think that's when when they stop paying to see you, then maybe you retire.
Exactly.
Rod was in Florida last week. He did Tampa and St. Augustine.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these days you guys will make a road trip and we'll go see Rod together.
I know, right?
Ooh. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you for hanging out with us this evening, and have a great night, great week, and we will see you next crime.
Next crime. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, Mrs. T, wherever you are.
Yeah, bye, Mrs. P. Bye, 2.0.
Bye, 2.0.
Bye, Justin.
Love you
Jason.
guys. You complete us.
Bye, everybody. See you. Have a great week.